All right.
Hey, everybody! Wait, are
Wait,
we in Bizarro World? What just
wait.
happened? What?
Aren't I the one that normally does that?
No, yeah, I think so.
I think I'm usually the.
Hold on. What? Wait, I don't know.
What's going on?
Well, we've got another interview, and I'm taking over the intro because here in just a minute, you're going to hear Travis, first off, butcher our guest name.
That's right.
He's discombobulated, doesn't know where he's at. He fumbles over his words.
I get nervous.
He calls Landon Jackson Landon Rogers. I'm surprised he didn't call him Trey Flowers at this point. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing, folks.
He doesn't know. We don't. I mean, you already knew we didn't know what we're doing. But you know what we do got? We do have, even though we don't know what we're doing, we do have another terrific guest. Tell him about it, Travis.
Landon Jackson.
Landon Jackson.
The defensive end that transferred in from that loser school to the South. I didn't say that to him.
Yeah, no.
He's watching this, sorry. But LSU, it was, man, he's one of those guys, Clint, that I've seen him on the field a lot and enjoyed watching him play. Man, he's an impressive player. You can't, if you watch him on the, in the games, he's played so well. He may not have all the stats some of the other guys do, but they rotate in so many defensive ends. But man, he's solid out there, man. He keeps contained well. He does a good job. Anyway, all that to say, but he's a guy that we really I didn't feel like I knew that much about. And man, I tell you what, I mean, we say this about everybody we interview, right?
We do.
He's a great guy.
He really is
a great young man.
Easy to root for. He talks all sorts of things on here. Talks overcoming, alopecia. I don't know if it's something overcome, but something living with it and how that affected his life. And it's a great interview. And I know a lot more about Landon Jackson than I did before.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
He is for real. But anyway, everybody, Landon Jackson.
Landon Jackson, thank you, Hometown Roofing. Hometown Roofing for all your roofing needs. Check them out.
Check them out. Hometown
Roofing. Share, comment, all that good stuff. Let us know what you think. Are you enjoying these interviews? Let us know. What do you think of these guys? Are they as good a guys as we're saying they are? Well, we know they are because we're talking to them. What do you think? Enjoy.
1, 2, 3, 4. You've ever seen a lame man walk? Ever heard a dumb man talk? Never seen a blind man see? I promise you will change his name. You ever seen a cancer dead? Ever seen all the poor get fed? Ever seen a prisoner set free? I promise you will change his name.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Big C and Bigger T podcast. I'm your boy, Bigger T, joined by Big C. How you doing, Clint?
I'm good.
How are you, mister?
Okay.
We have another Razorback with us today. Listen, this is a Razorback that I feel like we haven't got to know as well so far. He's new this year, transferred in, and I'm excited to have him on the podcast to get to know him a little better. I've enjoyed watching him on the field. He's definitely got a great stature out there. It looks like a man on the field, plays like a man. Now we get to know the man behind the man. Just excited to have you, buddy. Sorry, Landon.
Did you forget his name?
No, I didn't. But I just didn't know where I was going.
He's getting old.
I'm getting old. Landon Rogers, man, so good to have Landon Jackson. So good to have you. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Just got out of practice, had class this morning, so everything's going pretty good.
Good, man. Now, uh, you know, this weekend was I don't know, it was a tough weekend for sure because you wanted to win the game, of course, right?
Yeah.
However, uh, after the Liberty game, we know we wanted to see, wanted to see the level up a little bit from that. Everybody I think acknowledged came out and played a little flat. You didn't do as good as you wanted to do. And y'all did that, man. Y'all came out, you played hard, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Y'all maybe played your best game of the year. Now, for you, it was a special game because you were just there last year playing for LSU, right?
Yeah.
So talk about what that was like playing against your old team and then also maybe coming back after that Liberty game and having at least a good outing as far as it goes, the way y'all played defensively.
I'd say it was great getting to play against a bunch of old buddies from last year, but I really went into the game with the mindset that it's just any other game because I'm the type of guy, if I start thinking too much into it, I'm gonna get in my own head, this and that, and not perform as well. So I just went into it with the mindset like I do just about every week, and then performed pretty well. I feel like that was probably our best defensive game, but still doesn't matter. He's gonna pull off the win. But I mean, we just gotta keep progressing as the season goes on.
Now, do you feel like as a defense, as a unit, that y'all are progressing as the year goes along? Do you think, hey, you're starting to see this and we're seeing the true defense's potential now?
I feel like we've added a lot of new tweaks into the 3-man front, which is allowing guys allowing us to perform a little bit better due to, with the 3-man, we got a lot of ends that are, I guess, a little lighter. And the way we're running it now, it's making it a lot better on those ends as well. So, I think we're adding a lot of little tweaks in the defense that's overall making a big change. And then, with guys like McAdoo flipping sides, and he's had a pretty successful past 2 games. So, I feel like we're just going to keep progressing from this point.
Talk about what that means for y'all, for a guy like him to step in, especially to a need position. It's one thing to switch positions, but that was somewhere y'all were losing folks, man, like crazy. And
I was really confident when we made that decision for him to flip over because, he's been working hard all year on special teams during practice. He was playing a little bit of scout team receiver, and he's gonna make plays wherever he's at. He flies around, and I just felt like I honestly felt like it was a good decision to make him flip the corner.
I think it's proven out on the field, and and having those good defensive backs helps people like you better, right?
Yep.
Because the longer they hold on to those receivers, the longer that gives you to
more time to get back there.
That's right. To abuse those poor offensive tackles that you abuse.
Yeah.
Clint and I were offensive linemen, so we feel for them when they get unless
Now, don't let him fool you. Last week we had Luke Jones on. And,
okay.
And Luke was very complimentary of you, by the way. I should lie and say he was talking junk. Start a little drama, but I ain't gonna do it. No, he's very complimentary. Said you gave him fits. So, but he did tell Luke, he goes, I haven't had a real football player on the podcast that had any offensive line.
I was being sarcastic.
No, he was trash talking your position group. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, we had Jordan Dominic on too. We appreciate the defense.
Yes, sir.
Be honest with you, the more I love watching defensive linemen play. I think and I've watched you a lot. I just tend to my eyes tend to migrate that direction. When I'm watching a game, I tend to, because y'all do so much when it comes to setting that edge and and then of course the pressure. Because if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, if a guy's an SEC quarterback, he's going to be able to do whatever he wants to do. Those guys aren't SEC quarterbacks because they were just okay in high school.
Exactly.
They were good. They're ballers, and
Yeah.
and if y'all can get a hand in their face or put pressure on them, or at least get them worried about you, that makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Definitely. Yeah.
I think that's something we saw, especially early in the season. A lot of people were worried after the Cincinnati game that there was some, well, if that quarterback could have made those passes, well, that quarterback didn't make those passes because he was worried about y'all were breathing down his neck.
Yeah.
So,
now, Landon, you grew up in Texarkana, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have to ask, you ever eaten at Ironwood Grill?
Yeah, that's actually my go-to restaurant when I go back home. I go there. I mean, my senior year of high school, I ate there for lunch every day.
Dude, it's so good.
Yep. It's really good.
It's got
I've never ate there. I've got to check this out.
Clint, this place has the menu is like a book.
Yep.
Like you can literally get pizza, you can get chicken fried steak, you can get good sandwiches.
Yeah.
They have my favorite burger in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The black and blue burger is what I get.
Yeah.
So what do you order?
They have a lot of. What do you say?
I said, what's your go-to when you go eat there?
I either get the chicken and waffles or some kind of Mexican food.
I'm telling you, they got everything, Clint.
Yeah.
They got chicken and
And
waffles.
that's the only time I like to read is when I'm reading a menu.
I mean, they got almost everything.
Yeah.
I want a gift certificate from Pizza Hut from menus.
And they have the best fried green tomatoes you'll ever eat in your life.
Yep. I normally always get the chips and queso and then chicken and waffles for the most part.
Really?
Yeah.
There was another restaurant down there called the Green Tomato. Did you ever eat there?
No, I've never eaten there.
I think it's closed down now. It was a little hole in the wall. It was on the Texas side, I think.
Okay.
They had a burger. They called it the Mile High Burger. The buns was grilled cheese sandwiches.
Wow.
And it had ham, bacon, of course, hamburger, onion rings. Like it was taller than your glass. And you got your food. And they had like some kind of challenge. If you ate it, you got it for free or whatever. And I finished it off. Gotta say. I did pretty good. Now I could
like it's the proudest accomplishment in his life.
I couldn't walk to my vehicle afterwards. Anyway, but seriously, I wish Ironwood Grill would sponsor us. But if you're ever in Texarkana, I say it. Go eat at Ironwood.
Definitely.
So what was it like growing up in Texarkana?
I mean, it was pretty fun. I grew up there till I was about, I want to say like 11, 12. Then I moved to Gilmer, Texas, which is a smaller town in East Texas as well. And I went to school there from like 4th all the way till 8th grade. And then I moved back to Pleasant Grove for high school. But I mean, I really like the whole East Texas area. I mean, I'm not a big city person, so I liked it a lot.
Now, you're 6'7", right?
Yep.
So, did you play a lot of basketball?
I did actually. I played a lot of AAU. I played for this Nike circuit team out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and I drive down there every weekend for practice, and then we'd have tournaments all over in like Georgia, Dallas. I mean, really any big city you could think of.
Nice.
See, my daughter played that AAU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I said that like such an old man.
Yeah.
Like my daughter played that AAU basketball. Sorry. But anyway, it gets, man, that eats up a lot of your time.
Oh yeah. Growing up, it was, I mean, basketball, football, and baseball, and then in high school was just football and basketball. And then I played baseball my junior year, but 3 weeks into baseball season, COVID hit and it just canceled everything.
What position did you play in baseball?
Just pitched. That's what my little brother, he's getting recruited up here right now, and he's getting recruited for baseball and football as well.
Oh, to Fayetteville?
Yeah.
Cool. That's
So,
great. So
Well,
tell us,
hopefully we got an in there.
huh?
What do you say?
Hopefully we got an in with him.
That's right.
We got
Yeah.
an inside guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tell us what it was like choosing LSU. To start.
I got a really good relationship with Coach O, and then their GA that was currently there. He's one of the guys who recruited him, and it was really him and Coach O that recruited me the heaviest. And I mean, I talked to them just about every day, built a really strong relationship with them, and then just always heard the culture down there was great. I mean, I took a few visits and I really liked it, so I just made that decision.
So what was you played there a year, correct?
Yeah.
And you got some playing time, but mostly just special teams.
Yeah, no, it was just special teams. But
so what was it like playing in Death Valley?
it was a great experience. I enjoyed it for the time I was there. I mean, I grew a lot as a player. I mean, made good relationships, learned a lot as well. And I feel like I feel like it really prepared me for this season as well. So
Now, obviously, and Land, if you don't want to answer this question, it's fine. We can have Travis cut it out and we'll go around it. But I'm going to ask it anyway. How crazy was that drama for you as a player last year at LSU? Because there was a lot of drama surrounding Coach O. How hard was that to tune out?
I mean, it was something that we just really, I mean, as a coaching staff and players, we never really brought any of the drama into the locker room. Never really talked about media outside stuff at all. And I mean, I feel like that helped. I mean, we all saw certain things, this and that, and then with him leaving, whenever they made that decision for him to, when they made a decision for them to fire him and everything, I mean, he just came in and talked to us and said how he cared about each and every one of us, and it was his biggest thing was he just wanted to finish out the year with his guys, and I mean, he's a great guy. There's nothing really bad that I've ever noticed about him. I mean, so I liked him a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, because he seemed like just a natural fit there.
Yeah, yeah.
He had the Cajun accent. He had, he's from Louisiana, and so he was one of those guys you could see being there for the long haul, and it turned real quickly on him. But I think some of that had to do with some other things in the athletic department, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Different things going on. But so how's the transition been? When you came to Arkansas, were there other schools you were looking at also?
Other schools were contacting me, but I wasn't really focused on any other schools. I mean, right when I entered the transfer portal, Coach Pittman called me within. He said he saw it and he called me within probably 5 minutes, I'd say.
Really?
Got on with me, re-offered me, told me he really wants me, and then, I mean, within 5 minutes of me being in the transfer portal, we got that official scheduled. So,
wow.
I mean, made it down to Fayetteville. I've been here. I got family up here. I've been here a million times growing up, so I didn't really need to visit, but I took the official visit, and then, I mean, just reassured me of how much I knew I wanted to be here, and then made the decision and committed my last day of my official.
How's that transition been?
Oh, very. I mean, I'd say really, really easy. I mean, I got family that lives up in Rogers, so about 10, 15 minutes away from Fayetteville. So I'm able to go see them whenever I want. I mean, my family drives up here just about it. I mean, in season every weekend. And then the players really took us, me, Nudie, all the transfers that came in, they really took us in and welcomed us. They're really welcoming. And then, I mean, overall, the coaching staff's great. I love each and every one of them. So it's going really good.
So what was it like having someone else coming from LSU with you, Nudie?
It was really good. I mean, he took his official right whenever, like I was already here. I mean, I was here for about 3 weeks, I'd say. And he took his official, and I hosted him up for his official. And and then, I mean, he talked to me about it, asked what my thoughts were on it, this and that. And I just told him, I mean, I feel like it'd be a good fit. I think he'd really enjoy it up here as well. So he went ahead and made the decision as well.
I'm glad you talked him into it because we needed him in that.
Yep. He's a great player.
Back room, didn't we? And
Mm-hmm.
he's made some plays too.
He has.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of weird, you know. You sort of almost had 2 freshman years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had your freshman year at OSU, and then all of a sudden, now you classified as a sophomore right now.
Yep. Because I burnt my red shirt last year on special teams, so. But I played in, I think it was right at 5, and then I had to get ACL surgery right after that 5th game. So I tried talking to compliance and this and that to see if I can get any kind of medical, this and that. Because, I mean, I would definitely be able to understand if I was able to play the full season, like on special teams, this and that. But, I mean, and then also in one of the games that were within the 5, it was just 2 snaps against UCLA. So it was kind of frustrating, but they said I couldn't get it, and that was really about it.
Oh, so they officially said you couldn't get it?
They did while I was still at LSU whenever I asked about it.
Yeah.
But I talked to Coach Pittman, and he said if it comes down to it after my 4th year and I decide that I want to come back or need another year to come back to prepare more, then we can try figuring it out then. But hopefully I don't need the 5th year.
I thought that was something you could, after your time is up, apply for. You know.
Yeah. No, I should be able to. I mean, I should be able to if I get, but yeah.
Well, maybe that if like you said, if needed. Now
if needed.
And one of the things about you, of course, is you're 6'7", you're muscled up. What do you weigh right now?
Actually, right now I've lost. I came into Arkansas at right about 287, 290, and I've lost about 30 to 40 pounds since I've been here.
Really?
So I'm weighing right at about 250 right now.
Okay, well, see, here's the deal. Clint and I have got this great idea that Pittman needs to hire us and we think we've seen this for the basketball team needs it bad.
We think Musselman needs us more than Pittman, to be honest.
Musselman probably does need it more than Pittman, okay? But y'all need weight gaining coaches. And we're just the guys to do it, okay? First thing we would do is we would take you to Waffle House.
Right.
We'd get you some patty milk.
I gotta get Waffle House to bring back that all you can eat though.
That's right.
Back.
Hey, we'd try to get you NIL deals with Waffle House, and so you can just go in there, sit down, and however you want your hash browns scattered, smothered, covered, they would have them ready to go.
Man, if I'd had an NIL deal when I was in college with Waffle House, I'd have came out with diabetes.
We'd be taking you by Brahms to get milkshakes on a regular basis. Try to put that weight. Now, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to try to figure out how to get that weight from around your gut to somewhere else, but still.
Hey, Coach Walker would probably hate us, but
that's right. Yeah, Coach Walker would curse our names, but anyway.
No.
So
pretty intense.
You go against a lot of the scout team offensive linemen. How's the future of that offensive line?
One guy that has stood out to me all season is Terry Wells. I mean, that dude's I feel like he could be running with the twos and I feel like he could be running with the twos at least he had a back surgery this past spring. So at the beginning of the year, he really was slowly working into scout team, this and that. And then, we have a lot of depth at O-line, I'd say. So, he's been playing scout team for the season, but he's a very strong offensive lineman, in my opinion. And he's really patient with shooting his hands, and he can pass block pretty well. So, I feel like that's one guy that I could really see making an impact in the future. And then also Patrick Kudus, he's not he's not really playing a whole lot of scout team because he's repping with the twos right now. But he's going to be a really dominant offensive lineman once he gets more experience under his belt.
Mm.
So those two guys are who really stands out to me.
Cool.
Who are some of the guys on your side of the ball that when you're sitting back watching, you know, maybe some of the little bit under the radar defensive ends that you're like, okay, watch out for this guy in the future?
I'd say Nico.
Okay.
He's a freshman right now. Got in. He's getting.
Yeah,
They
he's
have
from
him doing.
Mel, just right up the street from me.
Yep. They have him doing. It's kind of weird. It's like they'll have him do like a little bit of scout team, then he'll come over and get reps as well with the defense. And I mean, he's just really young, and at the defensive line position, you just need really experience and time and just work. But I mean, he's going to be a really dominant player in the future, and he showed a lot of really good things this past season. So I mean, I really see him stepping up in the future. And then Cameron Ball he's been really dominant these past few weeks, and I mean, he's another guy who will make a big impact in the future as well.
That's great. Yeah. Now what do you run a 40 in?
I actually haven't ran a 40 since my freshman year of high school.
Oh, really?
But I have a strong feeling I'd be low 4.7s, high 4.6s, right in that area.
Well, I know one of the things you're known for is a speed rush guy. You're a speed guy, and that's evident out there on the field. I mean, you can definitely motor. But that's one thing we definitely see from you defensive ends is we got some quick guys coming at people.
Yeah.
And that's but also guys with good size and strength, and so that's a tough mix. Now, of course, a lot of talk after the game this weekend was the freshman from LSU. That sucker was fast, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, no, he can move, he can play for sure.
Yeah,
he'll be a really dominant player in these next few years.
He's a little raw still. When you could tell he was, a little.
Just
technique wise, he's still got.
Just that. I mean, all that's going to come whenever he continues to work with the coaches there. But that dude can play for sure.
Now, who's your position coach?
Deke Adams.
Deke Adams, and he is this his first year?
Yep, this is his first year.
Right. How's that going?
It's really good. I mean, he's a great coach. I mean, he really breaks the defense down for us and makes a lot of it simpler than what a lot of us try making it out to be. So, I mean, he's overall a really good coach, works on our technique quite a bit. And then we have GAs and analysts that work really well with us as well. And I mean, I feel like this season, our D-line has made big steps compared to, the film I watched last year. And that goes to show in games like this past week where we had seven sacks as a unit. So, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I would say that's a definite, man. Last year the D-line did pretty good, but it was mainly like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah. That's one thing I like about this year. We have I want to say right at 6 guys rotating at end. So, keeps us all. We all keep our breath. Not a single one of us plays more than 20 reps a game at this point in the season. Like, I'd say Missouri State, Cincinnati, and A&M game, I got about 60 to 70 reps, which was way too high compared to what we're doing now. But
yeah,
that's just because we had some guys down. But now we got 3 guys on each end. We each get about a series a quarter, so about 4 series a game, and it works out really well.
Well, when you can throw somebody like y'all, like you and Zach Williams and Jordan and Gregory and all those guys that are the athletes that you are, and you can go out there and be high motor guys.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna have to do 60 plays like you said. Because when you're doing 60 plays, you got to take some breaks, man. You just got to. I mean, you got to. There's gonna be plays where, I mean, not that you're not gonna try, but they're gonna be more motion plays. You're gonna make sure you got your contained, make sure you're doing your assignment, but you're not gonna be able to put the effort out just because you're wore down. But if you're playing less plays and you're able to rotate guys in, man, that's a powerful weapon. And that's why y'all are leading, doing so well with sacks, like you said, and it's several guys doing it. So that's a great thing. So now, growing up, what other or even now, what kind of other hobbies do you have besides sports? I know sports take up most of your time, but
really in this time of year, none at all. None at all. But I mean,
really, Jordan, when we had Jordan on, he taught us about anime. That's his big thing. Is anime. You don't have anything like that.
No, can't say the same. I mean, in the spring, I'll play some video games, but I've never really gotten too hooked on anything besides sports. Yeah. I mean, I'll try playing the video game. I'll get bored of it, get off of it, and just get on my phone or something, or watch TV. But really, whenever I'm not playing sports, I'd say I'm watching sports. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, now another thing I wanted to talk about, and I asked you beforehand if it was okay to talk about, is you have something called alopecia. Explain to us, for those that may not know what that is. Explain what that is.
It's just like it's an autoimmune disorder to where your body just attacks the hair, assuming that it's trying to, it's not good for you or something, so it just fights it off. But just something I've always done. It's something I've always dealt with since I was. I think I got diagnosed when I was 5, and it was just about fully gone by the time I was about 8 to 10. And it was tough growing up. Now it's not really too much. Just growing up as a young kid, just feeling different, just kind of makes you think, oh, is this person looking at me because I'm a 10-year-old that's bald, this and that. Yeah. But growing up was rough, but now it's great to be an inspiration to kids like myself that look up to me. So
that's awesome.
And it seems like it's out there a lot more. When me growing up, it doesn't seem like we heard much about it. But like I told you before, I had a kid from my church that had it. Was the first I'd heard about it, and since then, I've heard lots. I think it's I've heard lots of people talk about it, and I've seen it on different TV shows talk about it, or things like that.
I'd say the biggest thing, it's a lot more noticeable and stuff now, is social media. Would be my only guess. Social media. Back, no disrespect, I don't know y'all's age or anything, but back whenever y'all were probably my age, a lot of games that were like smaller D1s weren't showed as much on TV, this and that. But it's just, it's a lot more common to see it because it's always, a lot more people on TV nowadays. Everybody has a social media now, so that would be my guess.
Yeah.
But
no.
And yes, we are old. We're
old.
Back when there was only 3 stations, okay?
And we were the remote controls. We'd have Clarkville Clint go turn the channel to 11. And I'd be like, yes, sir, because I wasn't going to dare talk back.
I didn't have a color TV until I was 14. So,
okay.
So
I didn't get cable though. I went to college. So
me neither. Yeah. So it was anyway. So get off our lawn, kid. No. But no, and I wanted to touch on that, Landon, because like you said, man, that is tough for a kid to go through, isn't it? Because it starts off with just patches coming out, doesn't it, of your hair, and like you said, your body's attacking it, and so it'll start attacking in just certain places, and so it's not that you just go straight bald. at first it's all of a sudden you got a big spot on your head, and people are wondering what's wrong with that kid. He's got a spot on his head, and that can be a tough thing to go through.
Yeah.
Tell me, on this side of it, and I know it was tough going through it during that time, especially as a kid trying to understand why and, all that kind of thing. But now, and I know you just said, you're able to help other kids and stuff, but maybe how did it make you as the man you are, as the person you are today? How did it help you to become who you are?
It really just, made me learn to not care about others' opinions about yourself because they have zero control over your future. The same people that could say that could talk, say something mean to you, this and that, might be working for you in 10 years. Just thinking of stuff like that. And, and it's really made me have the mindset to not be mean to people either, always growing up, kids with disabilities, this and that, I was always nice to them, treated them well. And really just, treat people how you'd want to be treated. So
that's, everybody, has different things they go through and things like that. And I think the lessons we learn from those, and like you just said, those lessons, man, that's what makes us into men, that's what makes us into, or women, they go through and whatever, but it's what makes you into the person that you are. And it's those struggles, those, it's the same with football, right? Without the workouts and the tough workouts and the strain in your body and the weight room sessions and all that stuff, that's what makes game day worth it, right?
Yeah.
And when we look back on our life, I know, just, like I said, everybody has things they've gone through. Clint's got things he's gone through. I've got things I've gone through, but I look back on those things and I see, man, I'm proud of those times,
Yeah.
I'm proud of those things now that because maybe they hurt at the time and they were tough to go through, but man, they, that's what made me who I am. And God uses that stuff for sure.
For sure.
And so that's cool. I appreciate you talking about that, man, because
of course,
like you said, you can be a hero for lots of people that that have to deal with that, because there may be some kids out there going through it, or the one that's going through it, and to hear from somebody that's been through it, and they say, look, what those people say don't matter. So I'm guessing if you got that attitude, you're probably not one of these that worries about likes on social media and all that junk either, are you?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm really not on it too often. I'll make a post here and there, stuff like that, but I honestly, which might sound a little different for somebody my age, but I probably check my email more than I check my social medias.
Well, and that's what's weird is most of the players we've gotten to get on here, I've messaged them through social media stuff, and it's been through email.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. With multiple NIL things, I'll get, most of the time I'll end up responding to people back sooner through my email just because my notifications are on for my email, all that. And there's some days where I won't get on certain social medias.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. That's good.
No, matter of fact, I deleted most of my social medias during election season. I was just tired of hearing about it. So,
it's toxic.
oh yeah,
social media in general is just not a good place to be. Something that's not good to be addicted to, in my opinion.
No, I would agree.
Especially when people get their worth from it.
Yep, exactly.
When they think that, amount of likes, and of course I say that, and we're a podcast that tries. I'm going to announce at the end of this.
We're going to beg people to like us here.
To like and share.
Please like us. Please share.
Yeah.
Like it,
but no, but it's still, hey, there's times that it don't get liked and shared very much, and that's all right. It doesn't change.
So now, Landon, which one of the other defensive linemen do you look at and be like, that guy is just a freak of nature? He is just a freak athlete. Like a guy that big shouldn't be able to do the things that guy can do.
I'd say Eric Gregory. a lot of the, I guess a lot of people haven't really. I mean, he's been banged up quite a bit this season.
Mm-hmm.
But at 300 pounds, for him to be moving the way that he moves is unreal. And
he's a DN too, isn't he?
He's a DN. He's stronger than some offensive linemen, and close to the same speed as most defensive linemen. So,
yeah,
it's unreal, and he's a great build, and he's really talented. So, it'll be good to get him back next season.
Yeah. Well, he's moved into the starting lineup, hadn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
I thought I saw the depth chart today, and I thought I saw. Of course, like you said, with the defensive ends, y'all rotate so much, but I knew he had to be pretty special to get that spot. So what's your major?
I'm on my third major that I've switched my major 3 times since I've been in college. And I've only been in college for going on 2 years.
Yeah.
Come January, 2 years. But I started in marketing, switched to political science. I was in marketing my first semester at LSU, switched to political science for my second semester at LSU. And then also my first semester of Arkansas, so a year of political science. And then this past semester went to communications, but I got a minor in political science though. So
okay.
I'll have my major will be communications.
Just so major
what you might want to do with that, or
really, to be honest, if I don't make it to the NFL, what I want to do really doesn't require a degree. So it's
what's that? What do you want to
do? My mom, she actually has insurance companies in Texas, and I'd probably open up one of her insurance companies up in Fayetteville. Either do that or get into real estate.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See, I've got a degree in sociology, which is why I sell tires for a living. It works out. I wanted to just stay eligible to play football, so I got a degree, but I'm like, I didn't really get to play, and I don't use my degree. So,
hey, but he can sell you some rims and tires.
So yeah, there you go. So now, Landon, what do you have any game day traditions? That you just, when you get to the stadium, you have to I've got to do this, because I had certain routine or I couldn't be focused standing on the sideline apparently. But
I wouldn't quite say that, but I wouldn't say really routines, but what I wear would be something I'd say. And I wouldn't say like sleeves, this and that, but really my socks and shoes, how my feet feel. Which is a little weird because, we're able to get as many pair of cleats as we want to see. We can get a new pair of cleats every week if we wanted to. Yeah. But I've been wearing the same pair of cleats since week 1 of fall camp.
Have you really?
Yeah.
See, that's a D1 thing, because in D2, you get a pair of shoes. At Arkansas Tech, we got a pair of cleats, and you best make them last. Not going to be the same pair.
No, I got a pair back in fall camp, and it's the last pair of the ones that, because they're old. They're an old model of cleats. They came out back in 2014, and this is Arkansas's last pair now. Really? So I was able to find them in the back, and I found them in fall camp, and I've been wearing them since. And I'm nervous for next season, really, in spring ball, because I don't know what else I'm gonna wear, because I'm wearing the same.
Are they screwed in, or are they molded?
Oh, they're molded, but
molded, okay.
But yeah, no, I've been wearing the same pair of the same brand, the type of cleats. I've been wearing the same one since freshman year of high school, so I don't know what I'm gonna do whenever spring comes.
You find them on eBay or something.
Yeah.
Well, see, do a lot of players get new ones every game?
Oh yeah, for the most part. I mean, I wouldn't say every week. I'd say every 2 weeks because it takes at least a week to break them in.
I was gonna say I like my shoes broke in a little bit. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to.
but
I wouldn't want to put a pair on and wear them in the game right that day.
see, something that helps a lot though is, I mean, we only need about one practice to break them in because they have all this crazy type of machinery that stretches them and
Oh,
it heats them to mold to your foot certain ways, and I mean, it's crazy, but you can really they got them set up to where you can get it broken into your foot within one practice.
they didn't have that at Greenbrier High. They didn't have that. They didn't have that.
They didn't have that at Arkansas Tech University either. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't have a machine to break in your shoe for you.
The big decision was: could you afford the Nikes, or did you have to go with the Rydales?
The Rydale.
They had the like three different. They'd have the guy from the sporting goods store show up one practice, before the season. And you could pick between three levels of, there was the high top, then the low top, and then those were Nikes, and then there was a Rydell, which was like the $10 shoe. And you could order whichever one you wanted, whatever. But
I never got stuck with the Rydales. They always
I never did either, thankfully. I did go with the low top Nike though, I think. Yeah. But Nike Sharks, that's what
the Nike Sharks.
Sharks.
So what are you? Which ones are you wearing, Landon? Do they have a fancy name?
I really can't remember the name of them. It's like
something like that.
Because really, I mean, there's about 4 types of. I mean, there's about 4 of them that have almost the same exact name. It's just, I mean, they're like one of the older models from 2014. So it's. I don't even remember the name of them, to be honest with you. I just remember the look.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, having your feet right's important. You ever heard the story of John Wooden, the famous basketball coach from UCLA?
No, I haven't.
His first practice, he'd have these, best recruits in the world. He was winning 11. He won 11 championships, and he gets in there first practice, and he'd get them in the locker room. He'd say, "All right, boys, this is your sock. This is how you put on your sock. You want it to fit just like this, because if you don't fit it this way, and you don't pull it up all the way, then you can get blisters. And if you get blisters, you can miss games, and you don't want to miss games." And then he said, "This is your shoe, and this is how you tie your shoe. And if you tie it too tight, you can sprain an ankle." And he would go through he's teaching 18, 19-year-old kids. Bill Walton, when he went there, he's like, "What is this old man doing teaching us how to tie our daggum shoe?" I learned that as a kid, but he was trying to get them to a point of, you got to have all the basics, the little things, or you can hurt your team, hurt your play. So that's kind of cool that your shoes are to you. Now, as you got to Fayetteville, what's your go-to spot to eat up there?
I haven't really found one, to be honest with you. Hasn't been one that there's multiple good restaurants, but there's not one that I've just found that's amazing, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Did you have a spot down in Baton Rouge that was your go-to spot?
I did, but I can't remember the name of it.
What was your favorite Cajun dish down there? Did you eat Cajun?
Say they had this at the place that I really enjoyed down there. It was this Cajun dish. It was like, it had a weird Cajun name. It was catfish something, but it was crawfish etouffee, like a big pot of it almost, with about 6 catfish fillets on top of it. So nice. That was always really good.
So when you go to the buffet, do you leave them hurting?
I don't remember the last time I've been to a buffet.
You ain't living then.
No.
When you went to when you'd go to Shreveport for AAU, did you have any favorite places to eat down there?
Joe's Crab Shack.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hung out around the Riverwalk?
Yep.
Gotcha.
So it's only about. I mean, back when I was younger, before they had the interstate that went through there, then you had to take back roads to Shreveport. It took about an hour and a half to get there from Texarkana. But now that they made like a highway going through there, it's only about a 40-minute drive from Texarkana to Shreveport. So that worked out pretty well. So all throughout high school, I was in Shreveport quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy drive down there. It's a cool town too.
Yeah.
So what place was your favorite place to play an AU basketball tournament at outside Shreveport? Where else did you go? You'd say, man, this was a fun city. I had fun visiting here.
I can't really. I mean, there's not too many that just stand. I mean, I remember I really did not like Atlanta, Georgia at all. I did not like Atlanta. Didn't like Memphis. I mean, I guess Dallas would be a decent one, but I've always grown up having tournaments in Dallas, so that's just really common. But to be honest, quite a few of the places that I've been to, I haven't really just enjoyed a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, because you're there. It's AU basketball. And there should be some fun had, but for the most part, there's just not a lot of free time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are going, but it's like, and there's different levels of it. I mean, one week you could find yourself playing in a backwoods gym, and then next week you're in the Metroplex playing in a gym that's got like 18 courts in it. It's just
Now, when you played in high school, did you played some tight end also?
I played a lot of tight end. Actually, I played DN my freshman season, and then sophomore year I started playing both. And then my senior year was probably my best year at tight end, but I broke my ankle after, I want to say, week 5, but that was probably my best year at tight end.
Do you miss playing tight end some, catching the ball?
No, I wouldn't want to play at this level, but I do. I mean, here and there, but with playing tight end at this level, there'd be times where I'd have to block guys my size, so I just prefer not do that.
Yeah.
So now, did you get any looks for basketball at all, or was it pretty clear that you were going to be?
Actually, my basketball career kind of got messed up with football injuries. Like I played my freshman year basketball, and that's the year I stopped playing AAU as my freshman year, just because I had 7-on-7 football, all that. But I played AAU my freshman year, basketball my freshman year. My sophomore year, tore my ACL, so I couldn't play basketball that year. Junior year, I played a little bit of basketball, but I played, but didn't really enjoy it too much, and then played baseball. And then senior year, I enrolled early, so I didn't get to play my senior year.
Yeah. I bet your basketball coach was really sad.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I enrolled early, and then another one of our guys that was pretty good at basketball as well, he went to go play D-line. He went to enroll at Texas A&M early to play defensive line.
I mean, y'all must have been a force on the defensive line in high school, 2 SEC level.
No, we were pretty dominant. And then another one of our D linemen, our 3 tech, he actually had offers from Southern Miss, Mississippi State, UNLV, bunch of schools like that. But something happened with his credits transferring over from Arkansas to Texas because he transferred in, and so he ended up having to go junior college. But he's at TJC right now. And he's has multiple offers there right now too. And then our nose tackle that was on our D line, he had offers to Harding, Arkansas Tech, a bunch of D2s. So
he's a genius if he had an offer, because you can't have a regular GPA and get into Arkansas Tech. It is a hard.
I don't know if you can tell, but Clint went to Arkansas Tech.
Yeah, I mean, with a 2.4 GPA.
So far, your time in the SEC, what's been the best away stadium you played in? Like the best fans, craziest fans?
Out of SEC schools?
Or of any of the schools you played in?
Yeah.
I'd say the coolest stadium I played at was BYU's with the mountains in the back and everything. I really enjoyed that. And then trying to remember where all we played this year.
Well, I heard the people at BYU were like insanely nice.
Yeah, we had goodie bags in our locker room.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had goodie bags. So.
Well, now what does a Mormon swag bag look like?
Right.
It was deodorant, toothpaste, all kinds of. It was like a toiletry bag more so.
Yeah,
Nice.
still,
With a little nip or
that's a
something.
nice gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So what do you think? You got to have 2 more games left in the regular season. You got those dirty Ole Miss Rebels this week, and then that team to the north, those Mizzou Tigers, those little cats up there.
Yeah.
What do you expect? What do you think we as can expect? We as fans can expect from this team these last 2 games.
I mean, I'd say as players, we all know this season hasn't fully went as we would like it to go, but how it's seeming after talking, I mean, how the locker room's great right now. I mean, we all still have faith in our coaches, and I'd say, I mean, we're going to continue to give it our all. We're going to try. I mean, we're going to push to win both of these games, beat Ole Miss, beat Missouri, and then get a pretty decent bowl game and try to go win that as well. So, I mean, but you're not going to see any quitting us throughout this season. That's not how I guess we are really, I wouldn't say raised, but how we are molded right now.
So y'all aren't, I can tell y'all aren't wired that way. This team doesn't
quit. We're just not wired that way. I mean, we could be 0-10 right now. We'd still be giving our all. So, I mean, we're going to continue to push, do all we can to pull off these next 2 games, and I mean, go get a great bowl game.
No. And I will be at Missouri. I'm coming to the Missouri game to cheer you on. I'll be there in the second row. Look for the big guy.
That'll be a fun.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and fans are fans, and they, that's one of the big negatives of social media is too many fans have voices out there. It seems like the negative minority are the ones that get heard. But just know from these fans, we're proud of y'all, man. We know y'all. We all have that fight, and you have fight in you, and we've seen it, and we talked to Luke a little bit last week about that Liberty game, and I know that was one of those that fans got upset about, but no one was more upset than you as players and coaches, and y'all are the ones that put the blood, sweat, and tears out there, and
exactly.
And everything, but one of the things I was thinking about with that, and you can tell me if you think this had some impact on that game or not. But y'all have 2, from outside looking in, y'all have 2, big time captains in KJ and Bumper, as far as offensively and defensively. And I don't know how they're like in the locker room, but on the field, they seem like the type of captains. They're the, kind of all right, boys, here we go. Follow me. Let's go into battle together type of guys. I may be.
There are definitely some guys that, I mean, great character guys. They lead by example and then also lead with their voice as well. I mean, there's not 2 guys I could say. I mean, you can't get much better than that at captains the way they are. So I mean, it's great having them.
And it seemed like to me though in that Liberty game, that would have a big impact because both of them seemed like they were hurting in that game.
Yeah.
And so when you're guys that are used to having sort of lead out a little bit, and I know there's other guys that lead. I mean, there's other guys that step up and do things. I'm not saying it's just them too. I mean, just because, because there's other guys that don't have a C on their chest that, are actually, good leaders and stuff also. But
yeah,
I think that has to hurt you, as a team when you look and you see those guys are hurting. Because I know Bumper's not. You can tell he's not playing, with everything he's got, because I mean he's given everything he's got, but he got physically, I think his hips bothering him a little bit.
I mean,
you can tell he's not moving as good as he has in the past.
yeah, I mean, yeah, both of them have been pretty banged up all season, but when situations like that happen, I mean, other guys on the team just got to step up and kind of help take on that role, to kind of be that, like this past week when KJ was down. I mean, we just need other guys on the offense to step up and lead as well and kind of fill his role. I mean, although he's still on the sideline, able to lead and bring us up and everything, but you know how it is when, like, on the field and everything, you need somebody out there that's able to talk and get the team going. So I mean, we just got to know to be able to step up when guys like that go down.
Yeah.
Now, and are you excited about finally getting a night game in Fayetteville?
Yeah, I mean, really excited. Wish we could have got one sooner, but
well, I'm sure the fans will be properly lubricated by 6:30, so it'll make for a good environment.
Yeah, no, it should be great.
It's gonna be loud and crazy, man. It'll be and they're a good team, but I think y'all can go in there and show them how to do it.
Yeah.
Anytime we can look over the sideline and see Lane Kiffin with a sour face, I hope too many of us we can go ahead and send our thoughts and prayers to his defensive linemen that are gonna have lots of injuries to try to slow down y'all's offense. With their, injuries, they're standing.
Have you ever had an injury?
Yeah, standing around looking
personally.
How frustrating is that when y'all are out there and y'all see that? Of course, you're on the sideline when you see the defense do it for the other team. But
and I don't really. I mean, obviously, I notice, but I mean, it frustrates me just because. I mean, we got something good going, and then I feel like there should be a rule against it,
Yeah.
But you really, it's hard to tell somebody, oh, you're faking, and then it's a situation to where somebody could actually be hurt. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a bad situation, but
it is. Yeah. You wish people would just have some integrity about it, but it's football. They do what they can do to win.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Landon, man, we appreciate you being on here, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and we've enjoyed having you. And thank you so much for sharing with us and about yourself and football and everything else. We have to thank our friends at Hometown Roofing for helping out with this. They're Hometown Roofing. If you need your roof has had some hail damage, or you think it might have had some hail damage, or anything like that, call them up. They'll come and check it out, and a lot of times can give you a new roof for what your insurance will pay. So call Robert and Cammie. Clint, you got that number?
Nope.
Don't have the number.
I didn't Google it. You didn't tell me your
but just Google Hometown Roofing. They're on Facebook, Instagram. Robert will be happy to come out and or send someone out and check out your roof for free. It don't cost you a dime. And they're good folks. Robert's been one of our best friends for a long, long time, and he'll do a good job for you. And put.
By the way, that number is 501-581-7235.
581-7235. All right. Well, folks, Landon, thank you so much, man. And
thank y'all for having me. It was great getting to speak with y'all.
Yeah, man, and we appreciate you so much. Don't forget to stay on here after we quit recording. I want to talk to you about a couple things, but we sure do appreciate you. And man, go out there and get after that quarterback for Ole Miss this week, and we'll be rooting you on. And it's good to get to know you a little better and get to know more about you. And that's one of the things about this since we've been doing this and interviewing some of the players, man, it's just so much easier to root for you guys when we get to know y'all a little bit as a person too. And that's why we like doing these kind of long interviews with you, because we can get to know you a little bit about who you are and what makes you tick a little bit. And so and you're definitely one of those guys that I think when people watch this, they're going to say, man, I want to root for that guy because he's a good man. He's a good guy. And so we sure do appreciate you being on here and just, man, enjoy it. You know, like, you know, I know you said with the alopecia deal, you want to have an impact on kids and then just, you know, as two guys that grew up always wanting to be Hogs, you know, you're getting to live the dream out that a lot of folks didn't get to, man, and just enjoy those moments, breathe them in and enjoy it. You know, get that full stadium Saturday night, enjoy, whoop it up on them Rebels. And
yes, sir. Thank you.
Look, you know, get a sack and look over at Lane as he's got that sad face and just take it in and enjoy it. Because we'll be watching it on TV and enjoying that ourselves. Clint, you got anything you want to say?
Landon, don't you think Farmers Only would be a better sponsor of the Missouri game than State Farm? Like the Farmers Only Battle Line rivalry, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's all I had. I'm done now.
Okay. Yeah, Clint brings the deep hitting questions. Yeah. All right, y'all. Like and share this. Let people know. Share it on your social medias. Comment. Let us know what you think. Folks, thanks for listening. You can watch this on YouTube. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, wherever you find podcasts, we're there. Just search the Big C, Bigger T podcast. We're a little hard to find on Spotify for some reason. I don't know why that is.
You gotta search this thing, go all the way to the right.
Yeah, but just look for that beautiful logo right there. So anyway, thank y'all so much. Have a great week. Go Hogs. Beat them Rebs.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed.